Namaste, welcome to the TSAT officially announcing the guidance classes for the group 1 services. In this scenario, we are going to discuss about various contexts in point of preliminary examination. We have 13 concepts. Among 13 concepts, current affairs is one of the concept. If you observe the previous papers of group 1 services of preliminary examination, nearly 20 to 25 questions comes from this current affairs context. Means nearly 1/5 or 1/6 of the total questions from the current affairs only. So, for that reason, if you want to get success in the group 1 service examination, you should be score 100% from the current affairs. These sessions will help you to score 100% marks in the context current affairs. In this current affairs, we are going to discuss of various things concerned to the national issues, international issues, national summits, international summits, concerned to the science and technology, sports and games, all those things. So, one of it is integration of 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 with ABDM, means 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 𝗚𝗏 digital mission. On June 3rd, 2022, the National Health Authority NHA announced that the government's 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 telemedicine service has been integrated with the ABDM, means 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 𝗚𝗏 digital mission. So, here this is a very important, the integration of two things, that is 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 telemedicine service and 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 𝗚𝗏 digital mission, these to be integrated by the National Health Authority NHA. This integration will help existing 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 users in usually create their 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗚 𝗚𝗏 health account 𝗵𝗍. Means the existing persons in 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 telemedicine services, they can easily create their account in 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗚 𝗚𝗏 health account also. Users would also able to use it to link to manage their existing health records also. If for example, a person have a health records in 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗚 𝗚𝗏 digital mission, by using the same health records he can link and manage the things from the 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 telemedicine services also, or the person who have the account in 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 telemedicine services, those can access the 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗚 𝗚𝗏 digital mission also. These two are integrated in such a way. Users can further share their health records with the doctors on 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧, which in turn help in better clinical decisions making and ensuring their continue of care. So, here so many doctors are there in 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 telemedicine services. The persons who have a membership or login in 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗚 𝗚𝗏 digital mission, they can contact, they can share their records, health records, the available doctors in 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 telemedicine services also, they will give the suggestion to these persons, like exchange of these records also is possible. So, in this context, generally in the examination, so when was 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 telemedicine service was integrated with 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗚 𝗚𝗏 digital mission, that question may comes in the exam, means on June 3rd. Who integrated the 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 telemedicine service with 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗚 𝗚𝗏 digital mission, means a National Health Authority NHA, that question. Otherwise, what is the full form of ABDM? 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗚 𝗚𝗏 digital mission, or what is the full form of NHA, means National Health Authority, like the questions will come in the examination. So, you have to prepare all these things. The 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 telemedicine service is integrated with the 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗚 𝗚𝗏 digital mission. This is the context, clear? Okay. Now, So, this is a very important news for all the aspirants who are going to prepare for the group 1 services, not only in point of group 1 services examination, but in your future also. This is a very important to give the information to all the people. Means here there is a scheme especially for the target areas in the high schools, means here that is called SRASTA. The name of the scheme is SRASTA. The SRASTA scheme was launched by the Union Minister for Social Justice and Empowerment, Dr. Virendra Kumar. So, here the on June 3rd 2022. So, the first one is a very important question, may be expected in the examination is, who is the Union Minister for Social Justice and Empowerment? That is Dr. Virendra Kumar. That is a very important. So, who launched this SRASTA scheme? Means the Union Minister for Social Justice and Empowerment. That is one more thing here. And a very important thing about this scheme is approximately 3000 students will be selected through the national entrance test. So, there will be a entrance test conducted through NET, means National Entrance Test, for selecting 3000 students, 3000 students here, and they will be admitted in best private residential CBSE affiliated schools in class 9th to 11th standard. For the completion of their education till 12th standard, the best performing private residential CBSE affiliated schools will be selected on the specific parameters, means according to the result and all those things, and entire cost of school fee and hostel fee as well as food charges will be given by the government. The maximum limits also given, that is for 9th class it is 1 lakh per student, for 10th class it is 1,10,000 per student, for 11th class it is 1,25,000 per student, and for 12th class it is 1,35,000 per annum for student. This is a very important. So, here to give good education, quality education, government is identified some of the private residential schools which is affiliated by CBSE affiliated schools. Those are private residential CBSE affiliated schools. So, the government will conduct, the central government will conduct an examination called as a SRASTA. Through SRASTA scheme, they will select 3000 students through the one examination, that is called National Entrance Test. Okay. So, the national and NETs, we call it as NETs, and this NETs will select 3000 students for the get admission into 9th to 12th, 9th class, 10th class, 11th and 12th classes, and they will bear all the expenses. The expenses means here the cost of school fee, hostel fee, and as well as food charges also. So, this is very important. So, the question comes in the examination is, recently the central government introduced to provide a new scholarship for the children, or to provide a financial assistance the children who are performing well, and to get an admission into affiliated CBSE schools in residential school mode. What is that name of the scheme? That is called SRASTA. So, that is the first thing. How many students will be selected through this scheme? Means 3000. So, which test is going to be conducted for getting selection to SRASTA? Means nearly the NETS, National Entrance Test. These things are very important. So, that is World's Environmental Day 2022. So, World Environmental Day 20, this is a very important question here. What is which is World Bicycle Day, which is correct? World Environmental Day, like the questions maker, on June 5th. So, very important note to all the aspirants, from mostly from March to September. So, you have to identify and remember and recall the importance of that particular day. This is very, very important. So, June 5th will be considered as World Environmental Day. So, this is very important. Okay. And the World Environment Day 2022 observed by June 5th, it is listed by the United Nations Environmental Program UNEP. So, who observes this World Environmental Day means UNEP. What is the full form of UNEP means United Nations Environmental Program. This is very important. Okay. The United Nations Conference on Human Environment or Stockholm Conference was held in 1972. It was the first world conference with the environment as its major agenda. It declares the right to live in a healthy environment as a basic human right. What is a basic human right means here? To live in healthy environment. This is a basic human right. So, this was decided by the one of the international conference held in 1972. What is the name of the conference here? Human Environment or the Stockholm Conference. This was led by the United Nations. Clear? This is a very, very important. In this conference, the creation of United Nations Environment Program. So, in 1972 UNEP was created. When was UNEP created? That is an important question, that is 1972. Where what is created means in the Human Environment or the Stockholm Conference held in 1972. So, these are the questions may ask in the examination. Clear? In this context, which day will be celebrated as World Environmental Day? So, you have to say the June 5th is the World Environmental Day. That is the first question. So, who observes the implementation and execution of the World Environmental Day means the United Nations Environmental Program, UNEP. That is the first thing. When was UNEP was introduced? In 1972. So, whom this UNEP was introduced by whom? United Nations Conference on Human Environment, which was held in 1972, was introduced this UNEP. What is the agenda, major agenda for UNEP at that conference? That is basic human right. What is the basic human right for a human being? That is healthy, right to live in healthy environment. Right to live in healthy environment is the basic human right. Like these questions will come in the examination. So, already number of times I am saying repeating the same information that, so don't by heart the things like simply which is the World Environmental Day or like. So, you have to prepare each and every context in a very clear manner, write a synopsis. So, maybe these sessions will give the total information in a more elaborated way. Definitely that will help you. The total questions comes in the context of current affairs. Clear? Okay. Now, and one more important thing happens in point of armed forces. So, the decommissioning of INS Nishank and INS Akshay. On June 3rd, 2022, the Indian Navy ships Nishank and Akshay were decommissioned after rendering 32 years of glorious service to India. So, this the two Indian Navy ships Nishank and Akshay, these two are decommissioned, but the reason is they completed 32 years of glorious service to the India. So, the question comes in the examination, which Indian Navy ships recently decommissioned, that question may come. Those are, what are the names of those Indian Navy ships? That is Nishank and Akshay. And the decommissioning event was conducted at Naval Dockyard at Mumbai. Where this decommission event was held? You have to say that Naval Dockyard in Mumbai. INS Nishank was commissioned on September 12th in 1989. On the other hand, INS Akshay was commissioned on December 10th 1990 at Poti. This information also very important. When was Nishank was commissioned, means 12th September 1989. When was INS Nishank was decommissioned, means the 3rd June 2022. When was it was commissioned, that is on September 12th 1989. When it was decommissioned, means on June 3rd 2020. These two dates are very important. And the same, and on the other hand you have to say about INS Akshay. So INS Akshay was commissioned on December 10th 1990 at Poti and decommissioned on June 3rd 2022 at Mumbai. So these two dates are very important. You have to practice these two. So 3-4 questions may come in this contest. Means recently 2 Indian Navy ships are decommissioned. What are the names of those two? Means Nishank, INS Nishank and INS Akshay. So when INS Nishank was commissioned, means on September 12th 1989. When was decommissioned, means on June 3rd 2022. When INS Akshay was commissioned on December 10th 1990 at Poti. When it was decommissioned, means on June 3rd 2022 at Mumbai. So these dates are very important. You have to practice all these two dates. Okay. Now coming to the sports and games, when you see that recently French Open tournament 2022 was held on June 5th 2022. Rafael Nadal won the 14th French Open tournament. So this is a very important. Who won the 14th French Open title, Open tournament 2022? We have to say Rafael Nadal. This is a very important. With this win, his record extended to 22nd Grand Slam title. He became the oldest male champion in the Roland Garros. Roland Garros is the other name for the French Open. This is another name. Okay, French Open is also known as Roland Garros. So this is a very important question here, and so many questions may come in this context. So after winning 14th French Open tournament 2022, what is the total number of Grand Slam won by the Rafael Nadal? You have to say 22nd, means 22 Grand Slams. This is a very important. What is the other name for the French Open? Roland Garros. It is a major tennis tournament which is held for 2 weeks at state that is the Roland Garros in Paris, in France. It starts late May every year. Every year at the 4th week of May, this tournament will start. The tournament has been named after French aviator Roland Garros. So why this tournament? And so on the name of French aviator Roland Garros, on the name of Roland Garros. So this French Open tournament was named. This is a very one more important. And the French Open is a premier clay court championship. So it is a premier clay court championship. So this is a, so here the courts are clay. So clay courts, the French Open has a specialty that all the courts are clay, made with clay. That's a very important. So many questions will come in the examination. So means French Open tournament 2022 won by the which player? Rafael Nadal. So after winning this French Open tournament, what is the total number of Grand Slams won by the Rafael Nadal? 22. Okay, what is the other name of French Open? Roland Garros. So why the French Open is named as Roland Garros? Means so Roland Garros is a very familiar French aviator. On the name of Roland Garros, this was started. So when was the French Open in general started? So, in the last months and last 2 weeks are late May of every year this one. And one more important thing here, the French Open is a premier clay court championship. French Open is a premier clay court championship. These are the questions they may ask in the examination. You have to concentrate on all these things. Okay. And this is one more thing here, direct to mobile D2M technology. So, recently this was introduced by the telecom authority, means the Department of Telecommunication, called as DOT, in association with public service broadcaster Prasara Bharati, is exploring the feasibility of direct to mobile DTM technology. This is a new trend which was introduced in the telecommunication system, like we are getting what you call it as FM on our cell phones and cellular phones, you know, like we will get these things, these videos, all these things in our cell phone in inactive internet also. That is the advantage of this one here. The DTM technology allows broadcasting videos and other multimedia content directly to mobile phones without active internet connection. If you does not have any active internet connection also, or in the absence of active internet connection also, you can broadcast the videos and multimedia content directly to the mobile phone. It is based on the convergence of broadband and broadcast. So, that is a DTM is D2M is worked on convergence of broadcast and broadband. Using this technology, mobile phones will be able to receive terrestrial digital TV also. It is very similar to FM radio and mobile phones, in which phones can tap into radio frequencies. So, our cellular phones can tap these radio frequencies and they can broadcast the videos and multimedia content. So, very important, the question is how it works, DTM, how D2M, how it works, means the convergence of broadband and broadcast. So, this technology gives the mobile phones to receive the terrestrial digital TV, and it works like a similar to FM radio. So, these concepts are very useful, definitely not only in point of examination. So, this is very useful information to all the people, that is the government is introducing the new technology, that is direct to mobile, that is D2M technology. So, if the internet connection is not in active, also we can receive this multimedia content by this technology, clear. So, you have to follow this technology also, very important. So, after the completion of 75 years independence, we are celebrating Azad Ki Amrit Mahotsav, okay, and we are introducing the central government is introducing a new design coins, we call it as Akam, AKAM, Akam here. On June 6, 2022, the Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi launched a special series of coins. These coins have also been made visually impaired friendly, and the importance and significance of these coins are, these coins which was recently introduced by or launched by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, can be used by the visually impaired people also can recognize these coins, that is the importance. And the denomination for these coins are 1 rupee, 2 rupee, 5 rupee, 10 rupees and 20 rupees. These coins are introduced on the event of Azad Ki Amrit Mahotsav. These coins will have the Azad Ki Amrit Mahotsav design, and the coins have the design Azad Ki Amrit Mahotsav. This is the design, this is the design, already you are seeing on the screen. This design is available on and the coin. This new series of coins will remind citizens of the goal of Amrit Kal. It will also motivate the people to work towards development of India. Coins were launched on the occasion of iconic week celebrations of Ministry of Finance. So, for iconic week celebrations, on the iconic week celebrations, the Minister of Finance was released these coins. These coins are having having the design or designed having the things are Azad Ki Amrit Mahotsav design also will be there. It is a mostly the importance and significance of these coins are it is visually impaired friendly. These are the questions generally the in the examination the questions will come. And sometimes may ask it is what is Akam, 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 Azad Ka Amrit Mahotsav. This is very important. So, abbreviations are very important. So, you have to practice what is AKAM, Azad Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Clear? Now this is a very important in financial aspect, that is fat finger trade. So, what is fat finger trade here? Recently the National Stock Exchange of India witnessed a freak trade. This is observed recently in weekly Nifty 50 points contact. It led to a loss of around 200 crores for traders. Such freak traders are called as fat finger trade. Means maybe you have a doubt on this, what is fat finger? That is a very important. A fat finger trade is a human error, it is a human error. When an order is punched, such error can include entering wrong value with respect to price or quantity or selection of wrong execution action like buy or sell. It is not a computer mistake, it is a human error. So, when you punched a wrong value or wrong price or wrong quantity or wrong selection means execution of action like buy or sell. When the freak trade is executed, the price hits an abnormal level for some second, just it reaches the abnormal level just for seconds, but later it returns to the actual level where it should actually be. For instance, the recent freak trade executed a sell order at 0.15 rupees and in Nifty it is 14,500 call option, means that there is a mostly it hits the abnormally, means maximum or totally minimum. So, simply in the examination they may ask what is fat finger trade. A fat finger trade is a human error, that is a very important. Okay. So, when recently the National Stock Exchange of India witnessed a freak trade, correct, then what is the name of freak trade? So, this name of freak is fat finger trade. This is a very important, in the examination they may ask this kind of question, what is fat finger trade? So, what is its meaning also they may ask it. Fat finger trade is human error, like you have to say. Recently the Union Government Home Minister of means Amit Shah is scheduled to inaugurate the National Tribal Research Institute in Delhi on June 7th, 2022. The National Tribal Research Institute will be inaugurated as a part of Azad Ki Amrit Mahotsav, is a tribal affairs ministry. This is a National Tribal Research Institute will be is a premier national level institution. It will center it is a tribal concerns generally the issues academics, legislative and executive fields. The institute will monitor the projects like tribal research institutes, TRIs, research scholars of NIFS and centers for the excellence COES also. National Tribal Research Institute was inaugurated, actually this was inaugurated by our Home Minister, Union Home Minister Amit Shah. And one more thing here, this is a very important, on June 6th, 2022, India successfully carried night launch of nuclear capable Agni 4. So, very important, recently our India launched Agni 4 ballistic missile. It was launched from the APJ Abdul Kalam island in Odisha. So, Agni 4 ballistic missile has a range of around 4000 kilometers. This can be used to cover all the mainlands of China. Okay. So, this is very important. So, the question may ask in this examination was, so recently the government is launched one missile. What is the name of that? Is Agni 4 ballistic missile, and what is the range of Agni 4 ballistic missile is 4000 kilometers, and it was developed by whom? DRDO developed this one. Earlier known as it comes under the Agni series. Earlier it was known as Agni 2 prime, and it was enhanced, and now it is going to be used for in the recent months India test fixed extended range version BrahMos supersonic cruise missile also very important. These things are very important. So, we will discuss all these things and remaining parts of current affairs in other sessions. So, practice all these things in order and write a clear notes and practice all the things in a chronological order and important of their order also. Definitely it will help you to get a good score. Namaste.